How are we doing, everyone? Today you've got the beautiful but not bald guy, and I've got this beautiful 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali. Now this truck has a 3-liter diesel and it's been sitting overnight in about negative 20 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to start it up and give us a cold start. As you may notice, I've got a new toy, which means I can do this without anybody else's help. And today, I want to try giving you guys a POV experience driving this truck. I am going to give you a full walk around of this truck later on in the video, but I want to make sure that we get straight to driving and let this truck warm up. So, I've got to show off, do some running, hop over the laser, and we are good. So let's hop in and get on the road. Welcome to the Denali cabin. So right away we see we have Super Cruise. We have our rear view camera mirror, which you can flip to be normal. Also gives you options to change the brightness, the zoom, and the angle that it's at. We've got our heated, cooled power leather and memory seats. Very easy to access controls. Normally the heated steering button is here, but because we have Super Cruise, it is now down here with all of our other tactile buttons. So we'll hit the parking brake, and without further ado, let's get on the road. All right, while we're getting some heat in the motor, there's one thing that I really want to note. This diesel, even though it's still somewhat cold, the noise is just so unintrusive into the cabin. You really don't notice much of it. Even when you step on it, it's not that loud. Something I noticed right away about this truck is just how good it feels to drive. It doesn't feel like it's a massive behemoth on the road. It fits the lines. It handles inner town, inner city driving, whatever you want to call our little home of Cochrane. But it's so comfortable. You've got such a lovely steering wheel. It has tilt and telescoping features with a button just on the side right here. It's just, it's so nice. I'm trying to leave some empty space in this so you can really hear what the truck sounds like. But I don't even have to talk that loud. It's just so quiet in here. There's a gentle acceleration, just up to 50. For our friends in the States, this is kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. So no, I'm not going highway speeds in the town. Don't worry. Something I really appreciate about General Motors vehicles in general is just the sound of the turn signal. It's not very intrusive, but if you turn it on, you're going to know it's there. So you're not going to forget it and just let it sit there for the next 20 minutes while you're coasting down the highway. But it's not too loud so that it's aggravating. It's a nice sound. It's like a knocking. It's gentle. Another light acceleration as we head on our way to the highway to give you guys a taste or a view or a sight of Super Cruise. As the sun hits the cabin, you can see the lovely brown leather interior that this Denali has. It feels right. You can also get the Denalis with black leather, but we've spec'd this one out with some brown, and I think it's very, very fitting. We've got no fans, nothing playing off the infotainment system, and just the idling noise is soothing. It's quiet. You don't notice it. as we're about to merge onto the highway, I'm going to give it about half throttle, just enough to get up to speed. But the truck is at temperature, so it's not something we've got to worry about. Now here's half throttle. The 3-liter Duramax diesel inline-6 engine will give us about 305 horsepower and 495 foot-pounds of torque. Paired with the 10-speed transmission, this truck is just effortlessly smooth. If I change our heads-up display, you probably won't be able to see it, but I can tell that we're going up about a 4-degree incline, and this is the engine noise. Now bear in mind that this noise is with nothing coming from our infotainment system and almost no air coming from our fans. As we're headed onto the highway from a full stop, we're going to hope we don't catch up to the people in front of us. And we're coming up, but that was 60. That was full throttle. We hit 60 so easily. The torque really hits, but it's not unmanageable. Now, it's a bit of a windy day, but as we hit highway speeds, which is about 105 kilometers per hour, call it 60-some miles an hour. You can hear some wind. You definitely can. There's no doubt about that. But it is also a very windy day, and this truck feels sturdy. I am very confident driving on the highway, even with this wind. I am not worried about anything. Now, we're going to pop on our adaptive cruise control and use the cruise buttons to set ourselves at about 109, 107, split the difference, call it 108. These buttons push up once, it'll adjust by 1 kilometer per hour on each way. Press and hold, and it'll go up in increments of 5. Now, I think it's time to showcase some Super Cruise. Now, you may see some purple LEDs or purple lights coming from this bar. That's not what I see through my eyes. That is just the camera picking up some sensors. So, pop into the left lane. All we have to do is once we see that little steering wheel icon on the dash, or if you're looking, the heads-up display, and hit this button. Now we'll notice this lights up green, and I can completely let go of the steering wheel. Keep your hands closed for safety purposes. And the way Super Cruise works is it looks at where your eyes are. So right now, my eyes are on the road, and it's totally fine. Handles corners. It even can change lanes. And again, my hands are completely off. There's a setting in the infotainment system that allows you to disengage or engage automatic lane change. When you're coming up on a car that is going slower than you, it will engage the lane change. Or you can manually engage it with the turn signal. Again, hands are not touching the steering wheel. So now, as we're coming up on a nice parking lot, I'm going to pull off and we can do a little walk around. Look at some of the features and how this truck looks. All right, so just gonna push the gear shift forward, engage our 360-degree camera, and park like a jerk so I can avoid making you guys look straight into the sun. Side note, these cameras are incredible. You can hit the button, you have the front-facing, rear-facing, bird's eye of the rear, bird's eye of the front, wing mirrors, front and back, a trailer hitch view, is just a bed view with a ton of snow in there. So incredible. You can also change the guidelines to be more helpful when you have a trailer, or if you don't like them, you can take it off. But I think it's high time we get out and take a look at our beautiful Sierra. We've got our power running boards, which open up nice and easily. It's gonna honk at me because I've got the key right in my hand. Steps fold in nicely. And now let's take a look at this Sierra. It is gorgeous. All right, so we've got some beautiful 22-inch chrome wheels on some Bridgestone tires. We've got a lovely Duramax diesel badge, our 360 camera right on the mirror, keyless entry on the front two doors. A very cool feature with the side step. If you press the button, that's some ice. That's not a bad noise. Step up, beautiful access into the bed, and look at our power window. Kick it again, send it on its way back. We've got some corner steps with some LED taillights, and now we've got the multi-pro tailgate. It's a bit of its own beast, but I love it. The versatility is just excellent. So we've got two buttons. Bottom button opens up the entire tailgate. Gives you great access like any pickup truck will. Press this in, gives you a stopper. Extends the bed a bit and lets you block something from falling out. Next, we're gonna hit the top button. Press that. It's a bit cold, so we're gonna do some pulling. Let it open. You've got a workstation. You can work, you can eat a hamburger, whatever you wanna do. You can also do the same thing and add a stopper. Now, we're gonna pop this back up, hit the bottom button first, and then the top button, which I missed. Again, let this go down gently. And we've got easy access to reach further into the bed. But finally, push this in, give it down. We've got a handle, right here. Latch on, easy step into the tailgate and a ton of snow. I wanted to step back inside because it's flipping cold out there. So please forgive the fan noise. I am only human and I am cold. Take over from this little mount here and show off our garage door openers. We've got sunroof controls, which gives us access to the lovely sunroof. We've also got our button for the rear power sliding window, which that is as far as it opens, and it gives us closure because some of us need that. Over to the infotainment system, we've got wireless Apple CarPlay and headed to the infotainment system, we've got wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. You can swipe this, give yourself a little analog clock, some trailer status if you've got that connected, your audio source with a pause button, reverse and skip forward, or if you sign up for it, the inbuilt Google Maps system just on the side. Something else I love about this system is if you're not going to use one of the buttons on the left and say you want really easy access to the cameras, for example, tap and hold, drag over to the side, and select what you want to replace it with. So if we hit that, it takes us straight to the cameras. Headed over to my left, we have a lovely Denali badge, our Bose audio system, mirror controls, driving mode controls, four-wheel drive controls, lighting controls, and heads-up display controls. And to my right, we have a massive center console with a removable insert, a very sizable glove box, and some extra storage as is standard with most of our 1500 models. Into the back, we've got our very convenient step, some hidden storage, which I love, because if you hide this away, you really can't even tell that there's storage there. Hopping in and sitting behind my seating position. I'm 5'11". I've got plenty of leg room. Thighs do not rest above the seat. We've got heated seats in the back and some lovely cup holders or an armrest. This atmosphere brownstone interior is just gorgeous. It's that subtle touch of extra luxury that just makes it nice to be in. These seats fold up 60 and 40 to reveal some very handy under storage compartments. Something I really appreciate about these trucks is the the amount of sound deadening that the hoods do. Now this Duramax gives us 305 horsepower and 495 foot-pounds of torque, allowing this luxurious truck in Onyx Black to tow up to 8,800 pounds. Must admit, beyond grateful for these heated seats and the heated steering. I'm going to turn the fans down. So, now, let's head back on the road with our shifter, which I should mention. Put it into drive, press this button on the side, pull backwards to head into neutral, push forwards once, to head into reverse, push forwards 2 clicks. If you're in drive and you want to use our paddle shifters to change gears, you have to pull the shifter back once into that L mode, which then allows you full access to all of the gears. The glare from the sun's getting pretty bad, so I will see you all on a nice curvy road. All right, we've got to merge onto the highway, so get a little bit off the snow, make sure we're clear, step on it, lose it a little bit. Very, very comfortable, and I'm confident when merging into traffic that I'm not going to cut somebody off. Sorry about the glare from the sun, but I love this Super Cruise. It's handling the roads so well. It's got the wind, it's got traffic blowing by us. It's so comfortable. Now, if you look away for too long, the vehicle will notify you and it will disengage Super Cruise, ensuring that you are paying attention to the road in front of you. Looks like we've got some stuff on the windshield, so we're gonna hit our wipers and the wiper spray. Pretty good spray. Nice and clear. Got a curve coming up on the road. Again, I'm not worried about it. It's not a big curve. You're going at highway speeds, you're going. It handles it really well. You stay nice and centered in the lane. Very confidence inspiring. And the final thing I want to show off is the horn sound. It's very energetic, but it's not over enthusiastic. So I'm going to close off the video. But there's one thing I do have to ask. This is this is the first POV video that we've ever done. And I know it's kind of at chest level, so it's more POV of somebody who's about 3 feet shorter than you, but please be gracious. If you like this kind of stuff, please let us know. We really do want to know. If this is something you want us to be doing, we'll absolutely get permission from the powers that be, but start doing this more. So, thank you very much for joining me on this drive in the 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali with the 3-liter diesel.